Okay, to begin the event, I would like to welcoming you. Please welcome, please give a round of applause for our speakers, Leah Carols and Rebecca Taylor. Please give a round of applause.
Hello, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So my name is Rebecca Taylor. I am a English language fellow, and currently I teach at Universitas Airlangga in Surabaya.
And my name is Leah Carls, and I am also an English language fellow, and I teach at Universitas Hasanuddin, Unhas, in Makassar. And today we are going to be talking about a very important topic in academic writing, plagiarism.
Okay, so everyone, as you were coming in, you got a packet of 4 pieces of paper. Please take that out. And we're going to get a little bit more friendly. You guys are a little bit spread out right now, so we're going to make groups. So when I point to you, please count to 1 through 5, and we'll make groups that way, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start here. So you're group 1, and 2, 3. Gentleman in the yellow.
I'll just run out. All right.
Leah's going to come help.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Good. 1. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So we have a few different groups.
Great. So if you are group 1, please come sit together right here. If you are in group 2, please come sit together right here. Group 3, right in front of the At America signs. 4, right over here, and 5 over by the stairs.
Good. We want you all up front so we can see your beautiful faces. Oh, looks great. Okay. Raise your hand if you're a 1. Who are the ones? We should have
There you go.
at least 4.
1s. How about 2s?
Okay, great.
3s, 4s, 5s. All right. So
Okay.
it looks like we have kind of a big group 2. Can one of you jump to group 3, please? Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So to start off with, we're just going to see what you already know about plagiarism, about quotations, about paraphrasing and summarizing. So we're going to start you off by looking at this material called An Honest Look at Academic Dishonesty. I think it's right out there in the hallway, if you want to run and grab it. So in your groups, you are going to take about 10 minutes, and you are going not to read the whole thing. You're going to just scan it, okay? And we have a couple things for you to look for. You want to click? Okay, so as you are scanning the article, we want you to mark citations. So mark direct quotations with what?
Q.
Q. Good. Q for quotations. Paraphrases with what? Good. And summaries with what? S. Good. So Q, P, and S.
Don't worry if these terms are a little bit confusing. You're going to learn all about them. So this is just an exercise to help us warm up and be thinking about these topics.
Mm-hmm. And then we have some questions for you to think about after. Yeah. So now let's take just a few minutes to go through this and mark them up by what you think are quotations, paraphrases, and summaries. And the reason you're in groups is because you can do this together. Share with each other if you want. Once you have finished marking, take the opportunity to talk with each other in your group about questions 2 and 3. What types of information are cited? So what kinds of things do people cite? Is it studies? Is it quotations from a famous person? What types of things are cited in this article? And what elements do they need for the citation? And then count up how many citations you found in this article.
Okay, let's take a look at what we found. So, what I'd like to know is, how many direct quotations did you find? Please just call out a number. 2. Everyone found 2?
Anyone find more?
Anyone? 3? 3. Anyone find 4? No? So 2 or 3. How about paraphrases? How many paraphrases did you find? I heard 3. Any others?
More than 3? Did anyone find more than 3 paraphrases?
8. Oh, nice. 8. Any more? How about summaries? How many summaries did you find? So we have different numbers, right? Some people say 2, some 3, some 8, some 4. So that's the purpose of this workshop, is to determine what is a direct quotation, what is a paraphrase, what is a summary, and how do those help me in my writing, and how do they keep me from accidentally plagiarizing. So if we can do these 3 skills well, then we will not plagiarize in an academic writing paper. All right, so why do proper citations matter? So number 1, they show your audience that you understand your voice in the bigger picture. When we do academic writing, we are adding a perspective to a big field of academic research. The first thing we need to do is show that we understand what the conversation is. Yeah, I read about Strunk and White. Yeah, I read about this and I read about that. And all of those things come together to help me formulate my claim. So we need to be sure that our audience understands that we understand. And to do that, we cite. We say, yes, in 2001, this gentleman wrote this paper, I read it, and I'm using that information in my paper. So that's number 1. Also, if someone's reading your paper and they say, oh, that's really interesting, I didn't know that fact, that reader can then go and read more information about your topic. So you've given them a source to read more. Also, it maintains your academic integrity because you're not plagiarizing. You're saying, I read this article, I'm using it in my research, but it's not my idea. It is his idea. So you are giving credit where credit needs to be given. So this book right here, They Say, I Say, if you are at all interested in reading more after this workshop, this is a fantastic book about what I say, what other people say, and putting that together into our own academic writing. So the difference between claims and evidence. This is step one of writing an academic paper. So first you have an idea, right? And you want to develop it into maybe your own research, or maybe you're going to put together a literary review. No matter what you write, you are making a claim. You are stating your opinion about your topic. But in order to make your claim valid, you must have evidence to support your opinion. And this evidence is where we get into summarizing, paraphrasing, and quotations. So you can have any claim that you want, anything that you want to say, but it must be supported with actual fact. Sometimes those facts are not things that you discovered for yourself. Someone else discovered them. So you need to give credit to that evidence. So, claims and evidence, you can't have one without the other. They go together. So if you have a claim, but you have nothing to support it, it's like your mom saying, because I said so. You can't go out after dark because I said so. There's no evidence there, right? It's just her claim. She's telling you what to do. So an example, the internet is ruining society. Nobody writes letters anymore. The language used in tweeting and texting are damaging to our writing skills. This is opinion. Is there any evidence to support this? Are there any facts? No, in this sentence there are no facts at all. It's just the author's opinion. So you need to have evidence. You need to have other people's studies that have gone into supporting your claim. So how about evidence without a claim? Susan Smith writes about women and dieting. Is that true? Is that a fact? Yes. Yeah. So she says Fiji is just one example. Until TV was introduced in 1995, the islands had no reported cases of eating disorder. So she writes about food and dieting. That's true. But you take a step back and you say, but what's your opinion about this? There is no claim. So something like this, you can say, so what? Why do I care? Why is this important? So when you are formulating your own academic writing, be sure that you have a claim and that you have evidence to support your claim. All right, so solution for this one would be to actually relate evidence to a claim that you have made.
There we go. A few of you. Okay, so we had you kind of trickily write Q and S and P in these papers, and a few of you asked me what's the difference between these. So we're going to go over, these are ways to take evidence from other people and use it to support your claim, and do it in an academic way and a way that is not plagiarizing. So the first one we're going to talk about is quotations. Who can tell me something about quotations? Was it easy for you to find the quotations in the paper? Why? Good. It's maybe the easiest one to lock down. They have direct quotes around the words of someone else. So a quotation, you're taking exactly what someone else said or what they wrote, and you're putting it in your own paper. But you need something really important to be able to do that. You need to reference the original source, say where you got it from, including the page number. So quotations are kind of picky because you need to list also the page that you are taking the quote from. And then, of course, you also need quotation marks. So you can't take someone's exact words and put them in your paper without quotation marks. And you can't just have quotation marks around someone's words without saying who said it and where you found it. So quotations are pretty straightforward. You know you need quotation marks, and you know you need to give credit to the person who originally said it. And typically, or always, I guess, the text that you use from your paper is the same length as the text that you're taking from someone else. So that makes sense, right? If you're using the exact words, it will be the same in the original and in your paper, unless you use ellipses and cut out the middle.